The following program contains graphic descriptions of courage. If you are addicted to mediocrity, or if your spine is made of jello, this show might not be right for you. Check with your chiropractor.
Proclaiming the truth in the highways and byways of the world. Fighting for justice in the dark alleys of politics. Raising the voice of resistance to a fevered pitch. The host who has no equal. He uses sweet and low. Randall Terry.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's not funny. Do it again. Who did this anyway? This is not comedy. Let's do it again. It's not funny. I'm trying to do a serious show, and then you put junk like this up that's over the top. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. It's not funny.
This is live.
Sure.
This is live.
We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I love you. I love you. Gary, I love you. I'm sorry. Gary, please come back. Gary, please. Shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the question in the news today. Will Mitch McConnell filibuster Kagan? And will John Kyle filibuster Kagan? And will Jeff Sessions filibuster... Oh, now you're back?
Yeah, hey, just get on with the show.
Come on, man. All right, I'm sorry. That was too much. I shouldn't have hit you. What do I have to do to make it up to you?
I don't know, maybe let me on the set. Maybe I could do something, you know?
Like your own... In front of the camera?
Yeah, in front of the camera. Me. Think about it.
All right. This feels like bribery and blackmail at the same time.
Okay.
All right, who do you want to be? What do you want to do?
I don't know, something Western. I don't know, rusty cowpoke.
All right. And bygones will be bygones?
All done. All good.
All right. Rusty cowpoke it is. Ladies and gentlemen, with the word of the day, rusty cowpoke. I hate you, you farce.
Hey, President Obama was talking the other day about different kinds of families on that Father's Day proclamation. He was talking about different kinds of families, like families with two daddies, and saying like that's a good thing. Now, I just reckon the president just doesn't know too much about animal husbandry, and I feel bad for him. Say, Mr. President, I'd like to welcome you to my ranch. Yeah, but ahead of time, I gotta warn you. Now, bulls don't just go sniffing after other bulls like they do after a cow, if you know what I mean. Now, if you want to try to persuade a bull to do that, why, I'd be careful, because you just might have a rodeo on your hands.
Welcome to the program, friend. It is I, your servant, Randall, and things get a little rough when you're live, so I apologize. We're going for it. We have to go for it. Hey, you think this is easy? Jon Stewart. What's that other guy's name? Stephen Colbert. Oh, look at me. I can read my teleprompter. I'm so funny. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Stephen Colbert, anytime, me and you, mano y mano. No teleprompter. I don't care if it's in a live studio, any studio, any camera, any place, anytime, me against you, wit for wit. Mr. Oh, I'm a fake Catholic. Yeah, shut up. All right, let's go to today's news. 35% of Americans think that Elena Kagan should be confirmed as the Supreme Court Justice. Only 35%. 42% think no, she should not. 42%? Isn't that a bigger number than 35? Yes, it is. 20% bigger, as a matter of fact. And the funny thing is, most Americans know nothing about this woman. Yeah, except that she plays a good game of softball, if you know what I'm talking about. But does anyone really think that President Barack Hussein Obama would pick somebody for the Supreme Court who was not in lockstep with his maniac agenda? The reason that he picked her is because he knows what she stands for. And she is the Manchurian candidate below the radar. But is she really? We know that she is a diehard supporter of child killing, including partial birth abortion. We know that she did not want the U.S. military to be able to recruit at Harvard because their policy against gays was a moral outrage of the first degree. In other words, she wants the U.S. military to be her societal experiment. Little laboratory rats. Hi, Sarge. I love the way you yelled at me earlier. She's sick. I'm not the sick one. She's the sick one here, okay? And let's see what happens with those other 26% undecided people that don't know where they stand. Let's see what happens as this goes forward. But the real question, and let's go to the next part of the news, is this. Will Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader, and Jeff Sessions, and John Kyle of the Judiciary Committee, will they have the courage to lead a Republican filibuster against Elena Kagan? A filibuster? But doesn't that take courage and conviction? Yes, it does. And the truth be known, Mitch McConnell and John Kyle and Jeff Sessions don't have a thimbleful of courage between the three of them. So, Elena, sweetheart, I think you're going to be okay, baby. Unless, of course, the president decides to call you the Supreme Court czar. The Supreme Court czar, that's it. The czar is a big thing these days. On a serious note, I am so appalled at what the Republicans are and are not doing, what they're saying on one day and then saying on another, that sometimes I actually want to be sick to my stomach. I think that what I need right now and what would probably best serve this show is commentary. Commentary from yours truly. All right? Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, said, quote, I think some of her views are quite troubling, at least to me, in the area of political speech on the First Amendment. She has basically argued before the Supreme Court that the government can ban pamphlets. I find that very troubling. What you're saying, Senator, is that you don't have the guts to come out and take her on child killing or homosexuals in the military. You're going to create a straw man that she's not in favor of the First Amendment. You know why? Because you lack a backbone. Senator, I want to offer a backbone transplant. I'll give you mine, sir, if you just promise to use it. And Senator Jeff Sessions, listen to these words of pathos. Quote, we would not like to filibuster, but I would say a failure to produce documents and actions in that vein could lead to more tension than some people might expect. Ooh, more tension? I'm so frightened just thinking about what more tension could look like from you, Senator Sessions. What would it mean? That you're going to hit the desk in rage? That you're going to say, this is an unjust, unprecedented outrage in this chamber, and I think that we need to proceed forward with her nomination. What are you going to do, Senator? Why don't you just say, look, we need to filibuster because she's a wacko and she's been put in place by Barack Hussein Obama. Oh. Speaking of wackos, let's talk about Senator John Kyle from Arizona. Senator Kyle has been running his mouth, talking political trash for over a year now. In fact, just a few days after Obama got elected, he talked about filibustering his nominees to the Supreme Court. But then he backtracked and said, well, here's what I really mean. It's okay if she's a liberal or he's a liberal, but what if he's not just liberal but ideological, wants to rule from the bench? Oh, what you're talking about is what Judge Bork talked about. Yeah, Judge Bork. I actually respect. Elena Kagan said that one of the best judges in the world as far as she was concerned was Harun Barak. He's an Israeli judge who is basically despised by most of the judicial world. In fact, Judge Bork, whose judgment I trust, said that he was, quote, the worst judge on the planet. That's a tall order, ladies and gentlemen. When you're the worst judge on the planet, you've done some pretty bad things. Judge Bork says that's the worst judge on the planet. Elena Kagan says, he's my hero. Mitchell, Sessions, Kyle, will you just do the right thing and filibuster her?
One of my friends is breaking his smoking habit by sucking on an electric cigarette. It gives him a shot of nicotine with every puff. I think he's just changing brands to a brand he could smoke in the house.
Moments with Moses. And for those of you that are left, I will send faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies. The sound of a driven leaf shall put them to flight, and they shall flee as one flees from the sword, and they shall fall when none pursues.
Welcome back to the program, friend. On a serious note, the main reason that I'm opposed to Elena Kagan is because of the shedding of innocent blood. Child killing. We euphemistically call it abortion. And the sacrament of marriage being between a man and a woman. Yesterday, we showed the trailer of a new film that's going to be released called To Be Born. We are going to show that trailer again today. So moms, dads, if you've got any small children in the room, you need to get them out right now. This is really disturbing. It's really intense. But beyond that, the reason that I'm showing it to you and the reason that I get so worked up about Elena Kagan is because what you're about to see is true. There really are millions of innocent human beings being killed and their innocent remains thrown in dumpsters and landfills. So we're going to show this trailer again today. When it's over, we're going to sing a song about healing and mercy and forgiveness. And then I'll come back and I'll give 2 websites for post-abortive healing. Please watch this and pray for an end to this Holocaust.
Mama, I am writing this letter to you to tell you I just wanted to be born.
I've heard time heals all wounds. Well, I'm not sure that's true, 'cause I've done everything I know to do. I've cried 1,000 tears, conquered all my fears, but it still hurts right here. The worst is gone, I'm moving on. The sun comes up, faith keeps me strong. But now I know that in my soul there are some things I can't control. Then that memory appears, and it hurts right here. I wish that I could find a way to free my mind of this broken picture you left behind. When all the smoke has cleared, some scars defy the years, and it still hurts right here. The worst is gone, I'm moving on. The sun comes up, faith keeps me strong. But now I know that in my soul there are some things I can't control. Then your memory appears, and it hurts right here. So I shed another tear, 'cause it hurts right here. One by one, I've picked up the pieces. I'm not quite done, but I've made peace with my past. Well, mostly I have. The worst is gone, I'm moving on. The sun comes up, faith keeps me strong. But there's a place down in my soul where there's a face I can't control. I close my eyes and you appear, and it hurts right here. So far away and yet so near, and it hurts right here.
Friend, if you or somebody that you love was connected with the death of a child and it still hurts right here, I want to encourage you to go to one of the websites that you see on the screen, Rama International or Rachel's Vineyard. The healing process, the process of redemption and mercy and forgiveness and reconciliation with God takes time, but it is worth it, and it is possible. So I'm encouraging you. This is not a moment of condemnation from me or any of us to you who have been a part of the death of your own child, but it's an offer for the mercy and the forgiveness of God. Please contact those names that are on your screen. I'll be right back. Don't go.
I need to be healed. Heal me. I'm starting to feel something, Father. He's the one. He's the one. You people are sick. In your souls, you are sick. I want to be normal like you.
There are two places where socialism will work: in heaven, where it is not needed, and in hell, where they already have it. Sir Winston Churchill.
Welcome back to the program, friends. One of the key reasons that I do this show is to turn people who are living in the cyber ghetto into real warriors. That's my mission, to get you out of cyberspace, get you away from your television, and into real political and cultural battle so that we can bring this country back to moral sanity. We can end the killing of children. We can restore the dignity of the family, etc., 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 and we can stop being a slave labor force on the federal plantation. Here is your call to battle. Call up your U.S. Senator or go to our website and fax every senator in the country. The phone number of Capitol Hill is 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121. Or if you want to fax every U.S. Senator, go to terrycast.com. That's terrycast.com. Click on the buttons there and find out how you can send a personal fax to every single senator in America. Remember this: politicians see the light after they feel the heat. Let's bring some heat on these people, especially the Republicans who say they're pro-life and pro-family. I'll be right back.
Let them be put to shame and dishonor who seek after my life. Let them be turned back and confounded who devise evil against me. Let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them on.
Hi, friend, I'm Randall Terry. George Washington said, "Guard against imposters of pretended patriotism." Ooh, Mitch McConnell, John Kyle, Jeff Sessions. Did you hear the words of George Washington? The reality, ladies and gentlemen, is that many of the people who have claimed to be the heroes of American patriotism are imposters. They are phonies. But what's worse is that they use innocent human lives, the lives of the unborn. They use the sacrament of marriage to further their political career. In other words, they know that people who really believe in patriotism, good and evil, right and wrong, the Ten Commandments, they know that we will flock to them if they use the words that resonate in our hearts and that we'll vote for them. But then once we give them our votes, once we give them our time, once we give them our money for their campaigns, what do they do for us? Little or nothing. Except, of course, continue being imposters and pretenders, saying those words. It's time for us to hold their feet to the fire. Do whatever you can in your community to cause a ruckus against these people. In fact, you know what? I'm going to teach you how to do it. Talk to you tomorrow.